Shameless actor Steve Howey has been nabbing TV roles for over 2 decades. But how much do fans really know about him? From his wild childhood to his coming out, this is the untold truth of Steve Howey. Steve Howey's childhood was far from typical. In fact, the actor revealed that he lived somewhat of a vagabond lifestyle as a kid, as his parents traveled a lot for work. As he told CBS's Watch, "We didn't have any money, but my parents did work a lot. They had an aquarium cleaning business. My mom worked for a sound company. Dad taught acting and made videos on chiropractic care. They were all over the place." He continued, "They were on their own journey and I happened to just go along with them. We'd first go to Catalina, the island off LA's coast, stay 2 nights, then come back. Then they got such a bug, they bought this 38-foot schooner. By the time we were headed to Panama, it had been like months and months and months." Sailing the Pacific with his parents as the months stretched into years was a unique experience for young Steve Howey. However, school wasn't exactly a priority. As he told the Chicago Tribune, "My mom would be like, 'Steve, after I smoke this joint and do a body shot off your father's navel, I'm going to teach you how to do fractions.' She did as much as she could." Not to mention, parental supervision was pretty much non-existent. As Howey continued, "We would anchor off the coast of Mexico and there would be a small town nearby, and I would say to my mom, 'I'm going to go into town,' and I would swim ashore and my mom would say, 'Come back before dark.' So I would be by myself, barefoot and red shorts, collecting bottles and turning them in for recycling, and then use the pesos so I could buy soda." Now that he has children of his own, Howey isn't quite so sure about the way he was parented. As he told the Chicago Tribune, "And my mom to this day will tell you, 'I know you were 9, but you had it together and I knew you would swim back before dinner.'" By the time he graduated high school, Steve Howey and his family had gravitated to Denver, Colorado. As Howey told CBS's Watch, "I had been playing basketball since I was a freshman, and my dad thought, 'This is it, you're going to get your education with a basketball scholarship.' I did get a scholarship to a junior college, but after 2 years, I realized I can't keep up with these demigods on the team. I was like, I'm done. Maybe I'll be an actor." Luckily for Howey, when he made the decision to pursue acting, he knew exactly where to turn, as his father Bill Howey is a professional acting instructor whose students have included George Clooney and New Girl star Max Greenfield. Howey told CBS's Watch, "Going to my dad's acting classes definitely helped. The closest thing to theater is acting class." When it comes to acting, Steve Howey likes to take an instinctual approach, seeing himself as the vessel through which words on a page can be transformed into a fully formed performance. He told The Hollywood Reporter of his acting philosophy, "The least amount of info actors get, the better. Actors are always like, 'What is my motivation for this?' You didn't write it, just say the lines. You didn't melt the metal and make the horn, blow the instrument and shut up." Howey also believes that the key to capturing a character is to demonstrate vulnerability. As he explained to the Chicago Tribune, "There are guys I know, working actors, famous actors, and they would never take a role that doesn't make them look cool. That somehow showing a softer side is a weakness, and I don't think it's a weakness." As for why he's so emotionally attuned, Howey told the Chicago Tribune, "Maybe it has a lot to do with my father. He's a very emotionally overt guy. I've seen him cry, I've seen him laugh, I've seen him dance, I've seen him fall, and he was not afraid to let that show." During a 2019 interview with Pop Culturalist to promote his film Making Babies, Steve Howey engaged in a speed round answering rapid-fire questions covering a wide range of topics. One of those queried whether he had a hidden talent, and the actor shared a surprising revelation. Without going into detail about his skill level, Howey revealed, "I can juggle."
Stealing babies is not funny.
Okay.
Juggling them, that's hilarious.
But that wasn't the only interesting factoid to emerge from the questioning. Howey also revealed that his 3 favorite movies are The Godfather, Big Trouble in Little China, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. As for the job he'd likely be doing had he not pursued acting, Howey said, "A coach. Of basketball, of something that had to do with a ball." And when asked the one person he would most like to meet in person, Howey replied, "Denzel Washington. I definitely want to meet him, and not have it be like random. He would have to talk to me." Prior to landing the role of Kevin on Shameless, Steve Howey was best known for a role in another television series. In the sitcom Reba, he played Van Montgomery, the not-so-bright high school quarterback who marries the daughter of the series' titular heroine, Reba, after an unanticipated teen pregnancy. Reba, of course, was played by country music superstar Reba McEntire, marking her first foray into headlining her own television sitcom. As Howey told the Chicago Tribune, the characters he played on Reba and Shameless actually shared a lot of similarities. Howey explained, "For me, it's more fun to play a dumb guy." Steve Howey met fellow actor Sarah Shahi back in 2004 when she guest starred in an episode of Reba. After getting engaged, the couple wed in 2009, tying the knot in Las Vegas. Along the way, they welcomed 3 children. Son William Wolf was born in 2009, and their twins, daughter Violet Moon and son Knox Blue, arrived in 2015. Sadly, in June 2020, it all came crashing down when the couple announced their split. Shahi and Howey said in a joint statement to Us Weekly, "After much thought and consideration, we have decided to end our marriage. We are so grateful for the past 10 years together and proud of our children that we've raised. As we enter into this new phase of our lives, our priority will remain co-parenting our children with so much love, mutual respect, and friendship." By the following January, their divorce had been finalized. As Us Weekly reported, neither of the ex-spouses would be paying any child support to the other. During the course of Steve Howey's marriage to Sarah Shahi, they hired Sarah Alaseri in 2012 as a nanny to help look after their children. According to a 2016 report from TMZ, however, Alaseri had some gripes about her employers and filed a lawsuit that alleged religious discrimination and sexual harassment. According to TMZ, Alaseri says Howey would berate her about following Muslim customs in their presence. She says the verbal abuse got so bad, she felt she couldn't do her daily prayers in the house. She also had some allegations about Shahi, as TMZ reported. Howey's wife, on the other hand, was all about sharing sexual gossip and innuendo with her nanny. According to the suit, Alaseri says Shahi would encourage her to get in shape and run off with Howey, and said she wanted to move on with her life. How or if the lawsuit was resolved hasn't been made public. When Shameless concluded its run in 2021, Steve Howey had played alibi room proprietor Kevin Ball for 11 seasons. He shared his feelings about the show coming to an end with Culture Popped, admitting that closing the book on that decade-long chapter of his life came with a lot of emotions. "It's bittersweet, you know? 11 seasons is a rarity. The cast and crew, specifically the cast, we all grew up together. A lot of life has been lived, and a lot of journeys have happened. There's a lot of ups and downs." As Howey explained, he and the rest of the cast were simultaneously saddened by the show wrapping, while also excited about the possibilities that lay ahead. Howey admitted to Culture Popped, "I think we're all kind of like looking forward to it coming to an end, if that makes any sense. It's exciting, but scary." Given that Steve Howey was married to a woman for more than a decade and fathered 3 children with her, he raised some eyebrows in 2012 when he simply tweeted, "I'm gay and I'm proud." Had the actor suddenly decided to come out of the closet? Well, not quite. Howey later confirmed that he is, in fact, heterosexual, and told The Advocate, "That was one of those where I wanted to say it, even though that I'm not gay. I can say it and have support for those who are, and for those who have a problem saying it out loud. I was just hoping that maybe me saying it takes a little bit of stigma off of it. I didn't want to invalidate or take away." Howey offered further explanation in a subsequent interview with The Advocate and said, "My whole point was to be a champion, a supporter of the movement. I can say it and have no problem with it. If you are, be proud and say it. I'm just here to hold the flag up and say I'm in support. If that helps you come out or say it with pride, that's all my intention was."
Just be you and you'll be fine.
Steve Howey has been acting professionally for most of his adult life. With that in mind, it shouldn't be surprising to learn that he's put aside a few dollars over the years. In fact, Celebrity Net Worth estimates Howey's fortune at a cool $2 million. But there are some other factors to consider when it comes to Howey's wealth. When his divorce from ex-wife Sarah Shahi was finalized in January 2021, Us Weekly reported that he was granted possession of his $1.8 million home in Los Angeles' Sherman Oaks neighborhood, his Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and 100% of his residuals from his film and television roles, in addition to all pension plans, retirement plans, and other accounts. However, the terms of the divorce also required Howey to shell out more than $305,000 to Shahi in order to equalize the division of their community property. His bottom line took another hit due to unpaid taxes of a whopping $370,000, which he and Shahi were ordered to pay, with each ex-spouse covering half. As viewers of Shameless can attest, Steve Howey's Kevin was the epitome of muscled-up fitness throughout the show's run. However, that wasn't always the case. He told Men's Journal, "I've always been up and down with my weight. I think when Reba ended and I really wasn't sure what was next for me, I really blew up. But I've gotten back in shape over the last year or so because of health reasons, not aesthetics." While focusing on more comedic roles, the actor rationalized, "Not many of the comedians I look up to are in great shape, so I made the justification that it's okay that I am overweight. There is this idea in comedy that you don't want to look like you care about your appearance because that takes away from what's real, what's important, but the reality is, who gives a shit about how funny you are if you're dying?" While opening up about his exercise regime to muscle and fitness, Howey said, "I don't work out for 40 minutes. I need 2 or 3 hours to get it done." And apparently those workouts are intense. As he told the publication, the trainers are like, "Are you training for something?" And I'm like, "Life, man, life." Working out is something the actor clearly takes seriously, but Howey also believes that achieving a ripped physique has more to do with what takes place in the kitchen than in the gym. "Eating properly for a week is more beneficial for me than hard workouts for a month. My waistline and abs just pop when I'm eating right." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.